AITA for refusing to clear my name in my ex's scandal and letting everyone blame me instead? My ex cheated and left me for someone else. Now her career is imploding because of a mistake everyone thinks I made. I could fix it with one statement, but I'm choosing not to. Using a throwaway because this has gotten way too public and people definitely know my main account. I honestly don't know if I'm being justified or if I've crossed a line into being a vindictive asshole. My friends are split, my family is horrified, and I'm losing sleep over this. But I also can't bring myself to do what everyone says is the right thing. Background. My ex-fiancée Petra, 32F, and I, 31M, were together for 6 years. We met through mutual friends at a rooftop party in Brooklyn when we were both in our mid-20s. She was this brilliant, ambitious architectural photographer who had just landed her first major client. I was working as a junior editor at a publishing house, trying to make my way up. We clicked immediately. She was charismatic, driven, funny, and made me feel like I was the most interesting person in any room. We moved in together after a year. Got a cat together, Mr. Whiskers, who I have full custody of now. Built a life in a cramped but charming apartment in Park Slope. She was traveling constantly for work, photographing buildings and spaces for architectural magazines, real estate developers, design firms. Her career was taking off. Mine was progressing steadily but not spectacularly. I was happy for her success, proud even. Never jealous. Or so I thought. 3 years in, I proposed. Small, intimate moment in our apartment with Mr. Whiskers as our only witness. She said yes. We started planning a wedding for the following year. Nothing huge, maybe 80 people, a converted warehouse space in Queens that one of her photographer friends owned. Then the travel increased. She was gone 3 weeks out of every month. Dubai, Singapore, Toronto, Los Angeles, Miami. Big projects, bigger clients, massive career opportunities. We did long distance without officially doing long distance. Video calls, texts throughout the day, counting down until she was home. I started noticing changes about a year before everything imploded. She was more distant when she was home. Less interested in our usual routines, lazy Sunday mornings, cooking together, binge-watching terrible reality TV. She was always on her phone. Always networking. Always tired but also wired, if that makes sense. I brought it up a few times. Are we okay? You seem distracted. Is the wedding still what you want? She'd reassure me every time. I'm just stressed with work. This big project is consuming me. Of course I want to marry you. And I believed her because I wanted to believe her. The betrayal. Fast forward to February of this year. Petra was in Los Angeles for 2 weeks shooting a massive luxury residential development in the Hollywood Hills. Some billionaire developer's passion project. She'd been talking about it for months. This was her biggest client yet, the kind of work that would put her in the top tier of her field. She came home on a Thursday. I'd taken the afternoon off work to surprise her with dinner, her favorite pasta dish from scratch, wine, candles, the whole romantic setup. I was going to suggest we finally set an actual wedding date since we'd been engaged for almost 3 years at that point. She walked in, saw the setup, and immediately started crying. Not happy tears. The kind of crying where you know something terrible is coming. I need to tell you something, she said, and my entire world tilted. She'd been having an affair. For 7 months. With Darius Chun, the billionaire developer client from LA. It started during her first trip out there for the project, and it had been going on every time she went back. Video calls between visits. Texts throughout every day. The full relationship experience, just with someone else. I didn't mean for it to happen, she said, which is what people always say, like they tripped and fell into a relationship. I sat there in shock while she explained. She said she was confused. That she loved me but wasn't in love with me anymore. That Darius understood her ambitions in a way I didn't. That she felt stuck in our relationship, in our life. That she'd been unhappy for over a year, but didn't know how to tell me. Are you leaving me for him? I asked, my voice surprisingly steady. She hesitated. That hesitation told me everything. I don't know. I need time to figure things out. Take all the time you need, I said. But do it somewhere else. She tried to argue, to explain more, to make me understand. I told her to pack a bag and leave.
She did.
Cried the whole time. Kept saying she was sorry. Kept saying she never wanted to hurt me. But she did hurt me. She destroyed me, actually. 6 years of my life, 3 years of engagement, all the plans we'd made, all the promises, gone because she wasn't in love anymore and some billionaire client paid her attention. The aftermath. She moved out that night. Stayed with her best friend Simone for a few days, then got her own place in Manhattan. A nice place. Probably helped along by Darius's money, though she insisted she was paying for it herself. We had to do the whole painful untangling process. Dividing belongings, canceling wedding vendors, the humiliation of those phone calls, dealing with the engagement ring, she gave it back, thank God. Telling our friends and families. The worst part was that everyone loved Petra. My mom adored her. My sister considered her family. Our friend group was shared after 6 years. We'd gone to their weddings. They'd expected to come to ours. Splitting that up was like dividing assets in a divorce. Most people were supportive of me, at least, the ones who mattered. But there were few mutual friends who tried to stay neutral, who said things like, relationships are complicated, and there are two sides to every story. Those friendships didn't survive. Petra moved on quickly. Within a month, she was Instagram official with Darius. Glamorous photos of them at gallery openings, expensive restaurants, his beachfront properties. She was living this completely different life. The life she apparently always wanted but couldn't have with a mid-level publishing editor. I was a mess. Lost 15 pounds because I couldn't eat. Threw myself into work. Adopted a second cat, Lady Fluffington, to keep Mr. Whiskers company. Went to therapy twice a week. Did all the things you're supposed to do after your life implodes. By May, I was starting to feel almost human again. Still hurt, still angry, but functioning. I deleted her from social media, blocked her number, removed every photo of us from my apartment. I was moving forward. Then the scandal broke. The scandal. Here's where it gets complicated, and here's where I need to explain some technical stuff about Petra's work. As an architectural photographer, Petra had access to properties before they were publicly revealed. She'd photograph spaces in various stages of completion, work with designers and developers to capture the vision of a project. Part of her job involved signing NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, about projects that weren't public yet. This was especially true with Darius's company. He was developing several ultra-luxury residential buildings across LA, Miami, and New York. These weren't just buildings, they were status symbols. Apartments going for $20 to $40 million. The kind of places where privacy and exclusivity were part of the selling point. In late May, a major real estate blog published a massive leak. Floor plans, photos, pricing, buyer information for 3 of Darius's developments. We're talking dozens of confidential documents, including photos of unfinished interiors that matched Petra's visual style exactly. The blog post went viral in the real estate and architecture worlds. It was a huge deal. This level of leak could cost Darius hundreds of millions in lost sales, could tank entire projects, could expose his wealthy clients who didn't want their purchases made public. Darius's company immediately launched an investigation. They brought in a whole forensics team to figure out where the leak came from. And here's the thing. They traced it back to Petra's accounts. Her email, her cloud storage, her devices. The leak came from her. Except it didn't. Not really. The truth. When Petra and I lived together, we shared devices sometimes. She'd use my laptop if hers was dead. I'd answer emails on her iPad if my phone was across the room. We had each other's passwords. We trusted each other completely. More specifically, and this is crucial, Petra's professional cloud storage account, the one where she kept all her project files, including the confidential photos and documents from Darius's developments, was set up on my old laptop. When we broke up and she moved out, she took her primary laptop and her camera equipment. She left a bunch of stuff in the apartment that she said she'd come back for but never did, books, kitchen items, whatever. Including my old laptop that she'd been using as a backup. I didn't touch the laptop for months. It sat in a closet with a bunch of other stuff she'd abandoned. I honestly forgot about it. But here's what I eventually pieced together. Before we broke up, before she even met Darius, Petra had been helping me with a freelance editing project. One of my author clients needed significant research done on luxury real estate for a novel she was writing about corrupt developers. I had asked Petra if she had any resources or files that might help with authenticity, photos of high-end properties, that sort of thing. Petra had given me access to some of her less confidential files, including some older photos and general industry information. We'd shared these via her cloud account, which stayed logged in on my laptop. After we broke up, I completely forgot about this. The manuscript project fizzled out anyway. The author decided to go in a different direction. But apparently, someone else didn't forget about it. What actually happened? After the leak investigation started, I got a call from Petra. First time we'd spoken since she moved out. "Did you leak my files?" she asked. No hello, no preamble.
What? No. What are you talking about?
She explained about the investigation, about how they'd traced the leak to her accounts, but that the access had come from an IP address that wasn't hers. They'd narrowed it down to New York, to our old neighborhood, to what was almost certainly our old apartment. They think I leaked it myself as some kind of revenge against Darius, or to sell to competitors. But I didn't. I would never. My career is over if I can't prove I didn't do this. I still don't understand what this has to do with me. The laptop. The old one I used to use. Is it still there? I checked.
It was.
Yeah, it's here. Someone must have accessed my account from it. Did you let anyone use it? Did anyone come over who could have gotten into it? I thought about it. I'd had friends over. A couple of dates that went nowhere. My sister had visited for a weekend. My best friend Marcus had crashed on my couch for a week while his apartment was being fumigated. I mean, people have been here, but I don't think anyone used that laptop. It's been in the closet. Can you check if anyone accessed my account from it? Please? I'm desperate here. I checked the laptop. And yeah, someone had accessed her cloud storage account. Multiple times. In late April and early May. Downloads of dozens of files, the exact files that had been leaked. The IP address matched our apartment's internet connection. The access times were mostly during weekday afternoons when I was at work. Someone definitely used it, I told her.
Who?
And then I realized. Marcus. Marcus had stayed at my place for that week in April. He'd been working remotely during the day while I was at the office. I'd told him to help himself to anything: food, Wi-Fi, whatever. I'd mentioned there was an old laptop he could use if he needed a bigger screen than his phone. I didn't know Marcus had money problems. Didn't know he was desperate. Didn't know he'd been making some bad investments and was in serious debt. I found all this out later. But apparently, he'd snooped through that laptop, found Petra's logged-in cloud account, realized what he had access to, and saw an opportunity. He downloaded everything and sold it to the real estate blog for $50,000. I figured all of this out over the next few days through some conversations with Marcus, where he eventually broke down and admitted everything. He was crying, apologizing, saying he didn't think it would blow up like this. He thought it would be anonymous. He didn't realize it would be traced back to Petra. "Are you going to tell?" he asked me. I told him I needed time to think.
The choice.
Here's where I become either justified or an asshole, depending on your perspective. I could have told Petra immediately. Could have told Darius's investigators. Could have cleared Petra's name with one conversation, one email, one statement. Marcus would have faced legal consequences. Definitely a lawsuit, possibly criminal charges for corporate espionage or theft. He'd probably be financially destroyed for life. But more importantly, Petra would have been cleared.
Her career would have been saved.
Her relationship with Darius would have survived. Everything would have gone back to how it was for her. The glamorous life, the success, the happiness she chose over me. And I thought, why should I save her? She cheated on me. She lied to me for 7 months. She destroyed our 6-year relationship and 3-year engagement. She moved on in less than a month. She chose someone else's money and ambition over the life we'd built together. And now she was facing consequences, not for what she did to me, but for something adjacent to it. Something that wouldn't have happened if she hadn't left her stuff in my apartment. If she hadn't been so careless about coming back for her things. If she'd properly logged out of her accounts or taken the laptop she'd been using. Was it her fault that Marcus leaked the files?
No.
She didn't do anything wrong professionally. But did I owe her anything? Did I owe her my help, my intervention, my willingness to save her career? I decided I didn't. The fallout. I told Marcus I wouldn't report him, but I also wouldn't cover for him if it ever came out another way. He'd have to live with that uncertainty. He was so relieved he almost hugged me. I didn't tell Petra what I'd discovered. When she called asking if I'd figured out what happened, I said I'd looked into it, but didn't find anything conclusive. Nothing? Really? Someone accessed my account from your apartment, and you don't know who. I've had a lot of people over. Could have been anyone. Could have been you still logged in, and someone just stumbling onto it. I don't know. Can you ask around? Can you try to find out? Petra, I'm barely holding my life together after you destroyed it. I don't have the energy to investigate this for you. Sorry. She went quiet.
Right.
I guess I can't really ask you for favors. No, you really can't. She tried a few more times over the following weeks. Increasingly desperate calls and texts. Could I check this? Could I ask that person? Could I remember anything else? I stonewalled every time. I don't know. I can't remember. I wasn't paying attention. Meanwhile, the scandal was snowballing. Darius's company was suing Petra for breach of contract and breach of NDA. We're talking tens of millions in damages. Her professional reputation was destroyed. No one would hire a photographer who couldn't be trusted with confidential information. Other clients were dropping her left and right. Darius broke up with her. Publicly. Put out a statement about how he was betrayed by someone he trusted both personally and professionally. Made himself look like the victim. Petra had to get a lawyer. A expensive one.
Her social media went dark.
The glamorous photos stopped. I heard through mutual friends that she'd moved back in with Simone because she couldn't afford her Manhattan apartment anymore. Her career, the career she'd chosen over me, the ambition that Darius understood better than I did, was imploding in real time. And I said nothing. My friends find out. About 3 weeks ago, I finally told my sister what I knew. I needed to tell someone. The guilt and the vindication were both eating me alive in different ways. She was horrified. You know who did it and you're not telling her? That's cruel. She was cruel to me first. That doesn't make this okay. She's being sued for millions of dollars for something she didn't do. And I got my heart broken and my life destroyed for something I didn't do, which was apparently being not ambitious enough or interesting enough or whatever I wasn't. This isn't the same thing. Isn't it though? My sister told me I needed to do the right thing. That two wrongs don't make a right. That I was letting an innocent person suffer out of spite.
She's not innocent, I said.
She's just not guilty of this specific thing. My sister said she was disappointed in me and hung up. We haven't talked since. Word got around to a few close friends. Marcus obviously knows and is terrified but grateful. My best friend, besides Marcus, said he understood why I was doing it but wasn't sure he would make the same choice. Another friend said Petra deserved what she was getting, even if not for the reason people thought. My therapist asked me how keeping this secret made me feel. Powerful, I admitted. Like I have control over something for once. And is that feeling worth what it's costing you? I didn't have an answer. Petra's last call. 2 days ago, Petra called me one final time. I almost didn't answer. I know you don't owe me anything, she started. I know I destroyed us. I know I hurt you in ways I can't take back. But I'm begging you, if you know anything about what happened, please tell me. I'm losing everything. I'm sorry that's happening to you, I said, and I halfway meant it. My lawyer says if I can't prove it wasn't me, I'll be paying this lawsuit for the rest of my life. I'll never work in my field again. Everything I built is gone. I know how that feels, I said quietly. Having everything you built disappear because of someone else's choices. There was a long silence. This is revenge, isn't it? She said finally. You know something and you're not telling me because you want me to suffer like you suffered. I don't know anything that would help you, I said, which was technically a lie by omission. I don't believe you. That's your right. I loved you, she said, crying now. I know I hurt you, but I did love you. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for what I did. But what you're doing now, this isn't you. The person I loved wouldn't do this. Maybe I'm not that person anymore, I said. Maybe that person died when you cheated on me. Please, she whispered. Please help me. I hung up. Where I am now. So here I am. I have information that could save my ex-fiancé's career and financial future. I could clear her name with a single conversation. I could tell the investigators about Marcus, provide proof, and Petra would be vindicated. But I'm choosing not to. I'm choosing to let her burn for something she didn't actually do, because I think she deserves to burn for what she did do to me. My family thinks I'm being vindictive and cruel. Some of my friends agree with them. Others think I'm justified in not helping someone who destroyed me. My therapist keeps asking me to examine my motivations and whether this is really helping me heal. And I honestly don't know if I'm the asshole here, or if I'm finally standing up for myself and refusing to be the good guy who gets walked all over. Part of me feels guilty. Part of me feels powerful. Part of me feels like I'm losing myself in the revenge. Part of me feels like I'm finally taking back some control. I lie awake at night thinking about it. Is this justice or cruelty? Is this karma, or am I becoming the villain? Does she deserve this? Do I deserve to carry this secret? I guess what I'm asking is, AITA for refusing to clear my name in my ex's scandal when I know the truth? For letting her career burn and her life implode while I stay silent? For choosing my hurt feelings and desire for revenge over doing the objectively right thing? Or am I finally just protecting myself and refusing to save someone who couldn't have cared less about destroying me? Edit 1. Okay, the comments are making me feel things. A lot of you are calling me TA and saying I'm committing fraud or that I'm as bad as Marcus or worse. A few of you are saying I'm justified and that she's reaping what she sowed. For the record, I'm not stopping Marcus from confessing. He's free to come forward anytime. I'm also not lying to investigators. No one has directly asked me if I know what happened. Petra asked, and I gave vague non-answers, but there's no official investigation of me. Also, a lot of you are asking why Marcus would do this to someone I cared about. Marcus and Petra were never close. He was my friend, not our friend. He knew what she did to me. I'm not saying that excuses it, but he wasn't leaking files belonging to someone he had any loyalty to. Edit 2. Someone asked if I'm benefiting financially from staying silent. I'm not. Marcus hasn't offered me anything and I wouldn't take it if he did. This isn't about money. It's about... I don't even know what it's about anymore. Hurt.
Control?
The universe finally balancing the scales? Edit 3. A few people have asked what I want to happen here. Do I want Petra to be destroyed forever? Do I want her to lose the lawsuit and be in debt for life? Honestly, I don't know. I don't think I want her completely ruined. But I also don't want to be the one who saves her. I don't want to be her hero after she casts me aside. I don't want her to get her perfect life back while I'm still picking up the pieces of mine. Maybe I'm waiting for her to hit bottom the way I hit bottom. Maybe I want her to understand what it feels like to lose everything. Maybe I'm just being petty and vindictive, and this will haunt me forever. Edit 4. People are asking about Darius. Does he deserve to lose millions because of Marcus's leak? Probably not. But he's a billionaire developer, he'll be fine. He's already moved on to a new girlfriend, a model, because of course. He's not some innocent victim here either. He slept with an engaged woman who worked for him. That's its own ethical issue. Edit 5. My sister just sent me a long text saying that mom knows now and is deeply disappointed in me.
Great.
So that's fun. Apparently the right thing to do is to save my cheating ex from consequences while I'm still paying our couple's therapist bills from trying to save our relationship while she was fucking someone else. Edit 6. A lot of you are bringing up karma and whether I believe in it. I guess I do, in some way. And maybe this is all going to come back to bite me. Maybe Marcus will confess. Maybe someone will find out I knew and didn't say anything. Maybe I'll regret this for the rest of my life. But right now, today, I'm choosing this. I'm choosing to not be the good guy. I'm choosing to let the universe do whatever it's going to do without my intervention. And maybe that makes me an asshole. Maybe that makes me just as bad as her. I don't know anymore. Final edit. I'm logging off now. I've read every comment, even the ones calling me a sociopath or saying I'm committing crimes. I'm not. I checked with a lawyer friend. Staying silent isn't illegal in this case. Some of you have made really good points about how this secret will eat me alive, how revenge never makes you feel better, how I'm letting this destroy the person I used to be. Those comments hit hard. Others have said she made her bed, and now she's lying in it, that I don't owe my cheating ex anything, that sometimes people need to face consequences. I don't have an answer about what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and tell Petra everything. Maybe I'll take this secret to my grave. Maybe Marcus will confess and take it out of my hands. All I know is that for the first time since she left me, I don't feel powerless. I have information. I have choice. I have control over something that affects her life the way she had control over something that destroyed mine. Whether that makes me an asshole or not, I guess you've all decided in the comments. Thanks for reading this novel. Thanks for the perspectives, even the harsh ones. Especially the harsh ones, maybe. I'll update if anything changes. If it ever changes. Update 3 days later. Okay, I need to update because something happened and I need to know if this changes anything. Petra's lawyer reached out to me. Officially. They wanted to pose me as part of their defense strategy. They know people had access to my apartment during the time frame of the leak, and they want me to provide a list of everyone who could have accessed that laptop. If I lie under deposition, that's perjury. That's actually illegal, unlike just staying silent. I have 3 options. Tell the truth now, before the deposition, and clear Petra's name, lie under deposition, and risk criminal charges. Take the Fifth Amendment, which won't help Petra, but won't implicate Marcus. I have a week to decide before the deposition is scheduled. My lawyer friend says option 3 is safest for me, but makes me look suspicious. Option 2 is insane and could destroy my life. Option 1 is the right thing, but means giving up the only power I've had in this entire situation. I thought I had control. Turns out I never did. The choice is being forced now. I don't know what to do. Still TA? Still justified? Does this change anything? I'll update again after I make my decision. If I make it,